So here I've got this Shazam watercolor paper. It says it's professional grade, internally and externally sized, acid-free rough surface. There's 100 sheets. This is like 5 by 7, so it would be good for a watercolor card. I think it would be good for trees, pumpkins, maybe even flowers, maybe even a Christmas winter landscape. So I'm giving this a try. It wasn't very expensive. I can't remember how much it was, but it was. I am liking it. So I am going to. Got a couple pieces here. I've got my water. I've got it off to the side here. Got 2 glasses of clean water. I've got my different brushes. I'm mainly using Princeton. A couple of these, there's a silver wash brush, but I don't think I'll use it. This brush I am just going to use to get my paint out of this palette. All these are Daniel Smith paints, and they're half pans, so I don't like to mess up my brushes by going in there and digging color out. So I'm going to use Hansa, or probably burgundy yellow ochre and pyro red. So I had a little bit right here mixed out, and so I'm just going to make some little pumpkins. So here I'm going to get some pyro red, bring it over here, and then I'm going to get some burgundy yellow ochre. It's a warm yellow, earth yellow, and it just has a little bit of granulation to it, and just a more natural tone of orange that it makes. I just really think a bright yellow, like I have Hansa Yellow Deep on this and Hansa Yellow Light, but I think it is just makes too bright of an orange. So here we go. I'm going to use my number 4 brush, and I'm just going to make little pumpkins. And see how it goes. Now I'm just going to make little ovals. And if there's any white space that I need to fill in later, I'll do that. And then I'm going to make C curves. I don't want too much white space. Didn't get that C curve down far enough, but I'll fix that. And I'm going to make another C curve. And another C curve. So, and then I'm going to just take a little, these are so easy, and they don't always turn out perfect, but they don't have to be. That's what I like about them, because all pumpkins kind of got a little wobbly woo there. Now, I'm going to take some of this pyro red on its own and just put in some lines to indicate the creases in there. And you know, I might need to go lighter. And then I'm going to go get some sap green and maybe add a little bit of Pyro Red to that since I've already used it, just to make it a little bit more natural looking, and make a stem. And this paper is very absorbent, so I like how, see how that kind of spreads out. And if I add Pyro Red, when I add Pyro Red, you know, it neutralizes that green. And then I'm going to drop a little bit of green down here at the bottom. And there's a pumpkin. Now, I am going to do it just a little bit lighter because I think that was just a little bit too dark. So I'm going to go lighter. And do an oval here. And come around and do a C curve. Do a C curve here. Another C curve. And you know, I could be going too high. We'll do another one too. Need a little bit more water. Because see, your brush is just skipping over the surface there. Airplane going over. Okay, and I'm going to grab some of that Pyro Red and just go around the edges there to show a little bit of dimension. And you don't have to use these two colors. I just used it in my mix so I know it would go. I'm kind of slow when it comes to painting. I just like to take my time. There. Now let's get some of that green. Tap it in there. Pull out a stem. And I maybe make that stem a little bit wonky. Maybe take a stem and curlicue it. A little bit here at the bottom. Because you know, pumpkins have been sitting, they have a little bit of a dirty bottom. Sitting on the dirt. So there's another one. So I kind of like that one better, not as much pigment. So let's do one more, and I won't go so high on the C curves. So let's zoom in a little closer. Let's do an oval. Okay. Let's do a C curve. Let's start down here at the bottom. Let's do one over here. Okay, now this next C curve, I think I'm going to come right here, not all the way to the top. And this one not all the way. And then I'm going to put a couple humps back here. All right, now let's get some of that green. Oh, first let's get some of that red and put in there while it's still a little bit wet. Oh, there was too much. Tap that on my, see what happens when you load your brush too much. Still too much. Oh well. A little bit of flower red. A little bit more. A little bit on this outer edge. Okay, that gives it a little bit of dimension. All right, now I'm going to go in with my green. Tap it in there where the stem's going to be. And then just bring my stem out over that. Red, you can do it with brown if you want, or maybe then take and make a curlicue. You could even make a curlicue this way and maybe put a little leaf on it. There. Now, if you wanted to, you could take, let me find my Sharpie. You could, here's some I was doing with a deep yellow color from, I think it was Hansa yellow, and I think it was just Hansa yellow, and then I went in with some red. And then you can just take your Sharpie and just kind of go over and put some outlines in it to define it a little bit more. And there, isn't that cute? And then you could even take your Sharpie and do some curlicues on that. So that's just a cute little way to make pumpkins. This is not dry, so I won't pull that out. So hope you have a good day. Happy fall, guys. Bye.